Hello, Eagles. Our goal today is to become familiar with how to sort in the cafeteria successfully. First, we are going to look at a diagram of our cafeteria seating arrangements. As you can see for A lunch, our Flying Aces team will sit on the left side in rows 1 through 4, and our Cadets team will sit on the right side of the cafeteria in rows 6 through 9. For B lunch, our Infinity team will sit on the left side of the cafeteria in rows 1 through 4, and our Cambridge team will sit on the right side of the cafeteria in rows 6 through 9. For C lunch, our Jet Setters team will sit on the left side of the cafeteria in rows 1 through 4, and our Blue Angels team will sit on the right side of the cafeteria in rows 6 through 9. And finally, for D lunch, our SEALs team will sit on the left side of the cafeteria in rows 1 through 4, and our Thunderbirds team will sit on the left side of the cafeteria in rows 6 through 9. So how do I get into the lunchroom? We will use the door on the left side for entering the cafeteria that says Door 1. Once you enter into the cafeteria by walking, please find your seat and place your backpack under the table. Backpacks are not allowed in the lunch line. You must use a low-flow voice when entering into the cafeteria and for the entire time in the cafeteria, unless asked to go to ninja mode for an important announcement. If an adult has something important to say, we will call out blue and students will respond saying silver. We will do this 2 times and then students are asked to remain quiet until we are finished with our important announcement. Once students are seated safely in their seats, we will call rows up to the lunch line. As an example, if I call up row 1 is going to walk towards the windows, around to where our table 5 that students will line up. Only 6 students will be allowed in the lunch line at a time. Those 6 spots are marked in the lunch stations. The rest of the line will wait behind the blue line. In big letters on the top of the screen, it says we will call only 1 row at a time. As a reminder, you will walk towards the windows and around to row 5 to get into line. And then you will stand behind the blue line because there are only 6 students allowed in the lunch line at a time. Let's review the diagram one more time. Let's say we are in row 2. An adult calls row 2 to get their lunch. We are going to stand up and walk towards the windows. We are going to come around to our row 5. 6 students will enter into the lunch line, and the remaining students will wait behind the blue line on either side. We want to wait behind the blue line right here so that students coming out of the lunch line have walking space. We are also going to wait at the blue line until there are less than 6 kids in the lunch line before moving up. So as soon as there are 5 students left, you will get into line because you will become the 6th student. When you leave the lunch line, you are free to go back to your table. If I was in row 8 and an adult called row 8 to get their lunch, I would walk towards the windows from this side and walk to row 5 and enter into the lunch line from this side. I would also wait behind the blue line. If there are already 6 students in the line, always look to see which line is the shortest. An adult may ask you to switch lines if one line is going faster than another. All of our lunch lines have the same food, so it does not matter which line you enter into. When you get to your lunch and go back to your seat, these are the expectations of our lunchroom while at your seat. Using a low-flow voice. A low-flow voice is an indoor voice. It is important to use a low-flow voice in the cafeteria just in case an adult must get students' attention for an important announcement. Remain seated unless you have permission to get up. If you do have to get up, raise your hand to ask permission. The reasons why you may have to get up might be for the bathroom, the snack machine, or something forgotten. Our custodial staff work hard every day to keep a clean cafeteria for students. Trash cans will come around to students to dispose of their trash. You will gently place your trash into the trash cans. It is important to gently place our trash into the trash cans so that we are not creating additional messes. Please make sure that any messes created are cleaned or picked up either on the table or around you. During dismissal, listen closely for your row number. Rows will be dismissed at the appropriate time. You will be asked to stand in place right next to your seat. You will gather your materials around you prior to being dismissed. As soon as the table is cleared of everyone's belongings or remaining trash items, the adult on the microphone will let you know that you are dismissed. Rows 1 through 6 will exit through door 1 to our stage. Rows 7 through 9 will exit through door 2, our back door closest to the bus loop. Now, students, we want each one of you to have a break from your class, enjoy your food, and spend time socializing with your friends, or even use your technology. Our expectations for each of our students to soar is very simple. We want you to use the procedures for entering into the cafeteria, lunch line, or exiting the cafeteria. We want you to remain in your seat unless you have permission to stand up. We want you to keep your area clean and use low-flow indoor voices. If you can do all of these things and soar in the cafeteria, then we will have a great lunch. For those students that cannot follow our cafeteria expectations, we do have interventions. These interventions may look like the following depending on the individualized circumstance. We may give you a warning or have an individualized conversation around from other students. We may move your seat or provide an assigned seat away from your friends. If we continually have to ask you as a student to stop a specific behavior, we may call your parents or assign a reflection sheet, provide lunch detentions or parent shadowing. And ultimately, although we will be sad if this occurs, provide a lunchroom discipline referral. We know that all of our students will soar in the cafeteria and follow our cafeteria expectations. We would like to thank all of you for being great listeners today. We will see you at lunch, and we look forward to a great year of soaring.